Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the 7th episode of PHP with MySQL Crash Course for Beginners, Switch Statement. The switch statement in PHP allows you to perform various actions based on the value of a variable or expression. It's an alternative to multiple if-else statement. And here we have got Visual Studio Code as our code editor, and if you need to learn more about VS Code, you can watch my VS Based series and find the link in the description below. Now let's open our Explorer, and I'm also gonna select our sample that we have been using from our first episode. And now I'm gonna make a copy of our sample, and let's rename it as switch.php, or say switch-statement.php. Let's close the Explorer as well as this sample.php, and now let's bring up our browser and make sure let's visit localhost and make sure that the XAMPP is running. Let me bring up my terminal and let's change the directory to /opt/lamp, and let's list the directory, and I'm gonna execute this file to launch our XAMPP server. Let's type in here sudo followed by period and / and manager -linux -x64.run. Hit enter, and that should command not found manager. Oh, sorry, there is a typo mistake. That should be Linux. Hit enter, and that should launch our XAMPP server. Let me bring it to the center and click on this manage servers tab, and make sure that you start your Apache server by clicking on this start button, and it will take a couple of moments to start the server. And as it starts the server, I'll get rid of the XAMPP server window and our terminal. Alright, so that's working now, and I'm gonna get rid of XAMPP server window as well as let's close the terminal now, otherwise the XAMPP server will also be stopped. So let's get rid of our terminal and let's get back to VS Code, and now let's bring up our browser. Let me resize it, and our page is working. So now let's visit our page that we have just created, which is, let me add some PHP tag here, and I'm gonna echo out. I'm gonna echo here, say hello world followed by semicolon, and let's save it and make sure that this switch statement, that's not statement, there is an at the end. Let me open the Explorer and let's fix this typo error. That should be state MENT. That looks perfect now. And now let's bring up our browser and let's visit to our page, which is PHP tutorial followed by / and the name of the file that we have just created, which is switch-statement.php. Hit enter. That should be statement.php, PHP tutorial switch -statement. Let's see. Yes, there is another error in our page name. That should be SWITCH. Hit enter, and that should work now. Let's refresh the page. SWITCH. WITCH. Hit enter, and that's working now. Alright, so let me resize the browser as well as our editor. Let me close the Explorer with the hotkey controller command B, and to make auto reload work, you need to open this page in the server, in the live server. So let's click on this go live button. Once it opens the tab, let me close this tab and let's get back to VS Code and right click and click on this PHP server to launch PHP server. And let's close these notifications as well as the terminal. After starting both of these extensions, you need to refresh the page only once manually. And now let's make sure that auto reload is working. Let me add here S, hit save. That's working now. So let's cut that line of code from here. Now let's get back to switch statement. So say if you want to echo out various messages according to the days, you can make use of switch statement. Let me add a comment here. Switch statement. And let me comment this out, and I'm gonna add in here a new variable, say $day equals to, say, within quotes, I'm gonna add Monday followed by semicolon, and after that now let's define a switch statement, and that you can define with the help of our snippet, and that includes a couple of important things. Say switch statement always starts with switch keyword followed by parenthesis and the condition. Say if that's true, this block of code within curly braces will be executed, but it executes the case that is according to this condition. So say if the variable, let me change this to day. So if the day is Monday, you can make as many cases as you like. That includes this is going to be default. So there is always a default case that you always like to execute. So what you can do here, say let's echo there within quotes. I'm gonna add in here, say it's the weekend followed by semicolon, and now let's make a couple of copies of this case statement or case block. So alright, so that should work. And say if the case or the day is, or let's copy the spelling from here to avoid any typo error, and let's paste that in here. So if the case or the day is Monday, you'd like to echo it's the beginning, beginning, beginning of the week followed by semicolon, and let's copy that line of code. Or say if the case or the day is Tuesday, let's skip that, or the day can be Wednesday, let's skip that as well, or the day can be, say, Thursday. You would like to echo, let me paste that line of code, and let's add in here, say it's a working day. Alright, and let's move on to, say, if it's Friday, you would like to echo TGIF and say hyphen it's Friday with sign of exclamation, and let's cut that from here. And after any of the case you would like to break it, rest of the code you don't want to execute. Let me cut that case block from here, and as I hit save, we get some string on our screen. It's the beginning of the week because we have mentioned here Monday. So if I add here say Tuesday, let's say we don't get any output. Or say if I change this to Thursday, hit save, it's a working day. So just for the sake of an idea, I have added here the day manually. Otherwise there are functions or there are options that you can get the date or the day of the week automatically. So we'll discuss that in its dedicated episode in PHP's time and date episode. That was all about switch statement. And if you have any question, you just feel free to comment below, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe the channel. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks for watching and see you next time.